So, good evening, everyone. We are at the day 5 of level 2. So, by this level, we'll be having at the end of this level, we'll be having a clear idea about how to work with Excel, basic Excels, and then we have certain operations. Based on that, we can just move on after this course. We can just move on to the level 3. Okay, we'll just focus on more on auditing. Okay, so this is the day 5. In day 5 we'll be seeing some data protections and then some solver kind of things we'll be using in an Excel. So before entering into day 5, I'll just have a quick recap on what we have done in day 4. Okay, so in the day 4 we just started with a text based operation. So what is meant by text based operations? So text-based operations are nothing but if we have something like this, I have the sheet where I have SKU number, product name, and retail price. So what is an SKU number? So SKU number is nothing but a collection of supplier ID and then part number and then product code. Okay, so I have a set of collections in a single cell. I just want to split out into different things. Okay, so I have a tabular column of supplier ID, part number, and then product code. So for that, I just want to, if I want to select supplier ID, what I'm supposed to do, I just delete this as of now. Okay, I just want to select first three letters, right? So what I'm doing here, I just click supplier ID, then I'm navigating to formulas tab, and I can just find text, right? So in the text, I just want to find from left or right. From left, I just want to find three numbers, right? So I just select left. So it's asking which text you are supposed to refer. I just select this. Okay, so number of characters, so I just want to select 3 characters. If I give okay, so this 3 letters it comes, right? So in the same way we can just write the product code by using text, and then write, we just can enter, and then we can just give 2 numbers. Okay, so the middle part how to write is let me show you. I just select the cell, text again, mid. Okay, so I just, it's asking for which text I'm supposed to select, so I just select this text. So start number, so start number is nothing but in the position of which character you want to start. I just want to select from 1, right? So 1 is 1 2 3 4th element, right? So I just give 4. So number of character, I just want to select 3 characters, right? Triple 1, right? So I just give 3. Okay, so if I give okay, I just give that. So these and all are unique. So see, these products and all have first 3 as supplier ID, and then part ID, and then last 2 as product code, right? So I just use number of characters. If I just get any change, I just refer to the cell. If I want to add some data, I just can click and I can modify it here. Okay, was the first topic we just saw yesterday, right? So moving on to the next thing, we just went on to search. Okay, so in search we just use the left formula again. We just double click left formula, and then A2 cell, search for this space, and then bring all the elements before that space, right? So we just chose that, and then we got all the values. And then for last name, what we did, we just give right in the A2 cell, and we just searched for how many elements, and then we just have 15 elements here, and then we minus the search of elements which comes in before this space. So we just got the last name, right? This was the second thing we just saw. And the third thing was concatenate. So concatenate is nothing but in these before 2 topics we just got a single cell. From that single cell we have divided into multiple information, right? So here from so multiple cells we just concatenate into a single cell. Okay, so see, I just, what we have uses, we just concatenate C3, and then on space C3 is first name, and then one space here, and then and the last name, right? So when I give enter, I just get my full name, right? So this is what the concatenate function is all about. Okay, so the next thing what we saw is how to trace precedence and dependence, right? So for that, I'll just move on to So I'll just move on to this. Okay, so I'll just move on to this. So what is precedence, trace precedence, and dependence? Precedence are something like how the value exactly came from. If I want to know how this value or how this value came exactly from, I just choose the cell. I just navigate to formulas tab and I give trace dependence precedence. Okay, so from this value I just, from considering this value and this value, I just got this bonus, right? So if I want to check how this came, I just can click the cell, go to formula tab and precedence. Okay, so comparing these two, I got this, right? So everything it's like that. Okay, so the next topic which we saw is trace dependence. So what is trace dependence? Trace dependence are which and all values are dependent on this cell. So if I want to check which objects are dependent of this cell, if I click trace dependence, I can see the total and this value are dependent of this, right? So this is what tracing the precedence and dependence. And next, coming to that, we just look on to watch window. Okay, if I have displayed this value in some other excel sheet, so if I want to watch that value simultaneously, what I'm going to do, I just click watch window. I'll delete that up now. I'll just add another watch this cell. Okay, so I got this. When I move to the formula auditing, if I change some values, some 5000, see automatically here also value changes, there also value changes. So I can just have a look at the same, at being in this sheet, I can just look at that sheet too, right? So this is called watch window. Okay, so let me remove the arrows. Okay, so the last thing which we saw yesterday was how to show the formulas. Okay, so we just navigate to formulas tab, show formula. So I just find where and all I can use the formulas and it is there. Okay, so in day 5, what we are gonna start with is we are going to start with protecting a specific cell. As we have discussed in before units, right? Before units, right? So we just spoke about protecting specific sheets or cells, right? So what we are going to see is we just saw protecting specific cells, right? So what is mean by protecting? Protecting is nothing but if you are a developer and if you are sharing some data to some other people, if you protect some specific cells, they can't even change that value. Okay, see, I have a table here. Okay, I just share this with my office people so that the people who are going to handle next can just change the value of this, not the formulas used here or not the formulas used here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is escape. Okay, so what I'm going to do actually here is I'm just going to enable to edit these values, not the here there's a formulas and all, right? So here I just, since I want my user to edit these value, I just select everything. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just selected the values which I'm going to allow my users to edit, right? So I just select this, I navigate to home. In font I have drop down, right? I just click that. Okay, when I click that, I have a pop-up, right? Format cells. So I have different tabs: number, align, font, border, fill, production. Yeah, this is what we want. So I just selected the cell and make it unlock. Okay, so I just remove the tick and just give unlock. Okay, so I just made these values to be unlocked. Okay, so I want to lock all the rest of the values. So I'm navigating to formulas tab again. Okay, sorry, not formulas tab, navigate to review tab, then and give protect sheet. So when it's asking a password to protect your sheet, and also you have some tick marks here. So the tick marks refers like if you have ticked that option, the user can able to do that. So I just untick all the things like format rows, everything, so that the people won't do that. So I'll just, as of now, I'll just give my password to be alphite. Okay, alphite, and just I give okay. So it's asking re-enter your password, and also it says don't lose your password or forget your password. Okay, so I just give alphite again. Okay, so my sheet got protected. If I just click here, So it's saying the cell or chart you are trying to change is in a protected sheet. So make a change make a change unprotect the sheet, you might be requested to enter a password. Since I am a developer of the sheet, it's saying like this. If you are not a developer, suppose if I'm sending the exact sheet to you, and if you double click that, it will say it is a protected sheet and you are not supposed to change the value. Or else if you are developer, you just can enter the password like that. Okay, so I just give okay. It's asked me. See, it says it's protected. See, we just didn't protect these cells, right? I can just enter this, I can just change this as of now. I just give 1050, so everything gets changes, right? So this is what we call protecting a specific cell. So we can do the reverse function also. I just can unprotect the entire sheet. I just go to the review tab under this changes. I can just unprotect the sheet. I just enter my password. I just unprotected. Now I can just change it, right? So this is what we call protecting a specific type of cells in an Excel worksheet, right? So the very next thing what we're gonna say is protecting entire worksheet. We just worked on with specific cells, right? We'll just now move on to work on with specific worksheets. Okay, so worksheets, what is the worksheet? So worksheet is like a basic thing we have in the here, right? So let me just work on with here. I'll just navigate to review tab again and then give protect worksheet. Okay. So if you are using software of Office like 2013 or above, you can't find the option of enabling Windows is very basic thing and most rarest usage. So they what Office did is they disabled this option post 2013 versions. So if you are using 2010 or lesser than that, you can find the option of Windows. And it's asking for a password. Well, let me give password as password, and if I give okay, so it's asking me to confirm my password again. When I give okay, then so it's the entire workbook got what to say, it's got protected. Okay, so let me, if I want to rename it, if I just double click this, it's saying workbook is protected and can be changed. Okay, so here what we have did is we just protected our worksheet, not even the worksheet, we just protected the entire element of the workbook. Okay, so let me click okay, then we can just click here again to unprotect the thing. Let me insert my password again, enter, so I just can change the thing. Okay, so this is what protecting a specific cell or the entire sheet on the entire workbook. Okay, so next, what is next? So next what we're gonna say is goal seek tool. So if I Excel have a predefined function of a goal seek tool. So let me just tell you the example and then I will just explain you what is that actually. I'll move on to the goal seek sheet so that I can explain you. Okay, goal seek here. Yeah, see, I have a mortgage amount. Okay, so I have some initial amount, I have an interest rate, I have a terms in terms of months. Okay, so I have some $220,000 and then interest rate is 8%, which is too big, but for some calculation I'm just using this. Okay, so terms in months is I have 300 months. Okay, so if I calculate a PMT, okay, so how to calculate that? I just go to formulas tab, okay, and then in function for financial, I just create see PMT. Okay, so I have PMT here, I just select here. So it's asking for rate, I just select rate here. So this is a rate per month, right? So I just write P3/12. Okay, so number of it's the total number of payment for the loan, right? So for payment I'm just giving how many months, it's 300 months. Okay, so that PV, that mortgage amount is this, right? So I just click okay, so I get a value negative, so to just adjust that I just give minus here. Okay, I just give enter. So the value is some closely around $17,000, right? So what I'm going to do now, I just have some PMT value, right? So I just calculated using these three data. I got a PMT value of some values nearly to 17,000. Okay. Suppose in my organization or something, I just want to collect only 1,100 PMT per month. Okay. So what I'm supposed to do? So instead I can just change it here. Instead of this 2220, I just write 2220. So 1,500. I just can write 1,900. Either I can change like this, or else I can change like this, so that I can get somewhere values near the 100, right? So if I want to get PMT 11,000, suppose the basic idea is I just calculated PMT using these three values, right? So I just want output as some 11,000. Okay. So what is a suitable way so that the Excel can do it for me instead of myself doing randomly? I just change the value, let it be in the original. So what I'm going to do is I just select the cell, okay, and what I'm going to do, I just going to move on datas. Okay, so in datas I just can find what if analysis. So I just click in that goal seek. So it is asking me which cell you want to set for a goal seek. Yeah, obviously this cell, right? To which value? This cell I want to convert it into which value? So it says I'm just saying $1,100. Okay. So I'm just giving here. So it's asking me which cell out of these three you want to change. So as of now, I'll just select this. Okay. So I'm just giving which cell I want to change, what value I'm supposed to change, and by changing which value. Okay. So I'm just giving okay. So it's calculated me. What I want is 11,000 value, $1,100. I changed by changing the mortgage amount. Okay. So instead I can just change the interest. You just see here. Just click the cell again. I just going to what if analysis, goal seek, T3, and the value to, let me say, $1,200. Changing the cell of this. Okay. So I just click OK. So it's calculate me, it's get me the value of $1,200, getting me the interest rate of 4%. Even I can change with the terms in month. Just go to what if goal seek. Let me just go on to $1,000, changing the value of this. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm just giving the value of this. So it's saying cell must contain a value. Why it is it's saying it's a cell must containing value. Why if I choose see like this, it's getting value, right? But if I get a values, if I select this what if analysis, goal seek data, if I just select this 1,100, if I select this, oof, cell must contain a value. Why? What does this actually mean? So the thing is like, either if you have any constraint, so if I just can't get it in terms of some, what to say, if I have some constraint, it will pop up your message like cell must contain a value. Okay, so instead what I can do, if I have a constraint, I just can go with the two other variables. I can just click this, go, it calculates me, right? Okay, so this is what we call goal seek option. Okay, so the very next thing what I'm gonna say is a solver tool. Okay, so let me move on to the solver tool. Okay, so what is this? I have a set of sheets. Okay, so what is the sheet actually does? So I have a company. I own a company actually. I have three plants in the company. Okay, I have three divisions of manufacturing units. Okay, so in plant one, I just divided my entire 1 year into 4 quarters. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. Okay, so I just made shipping per unit. If I manufacture one unit in plant 1, that shipping cost is 1.25. Suppose I just consider I have a plant in Delhi, I have a plant in Mumbai, I have a plant in Chennai. Okay, so if I want to supply everything to some Odisha, uh, Delhi to Odisha will be cheaper compared to Chennai to Odisha, right? So the same thing, if I produce some unit in one unit in plant 1, it will take $1.25 to ship. Plan 2 1.84, plan 3 1.45. Okay, so this sheet is to say I just want to minimize my shipping. So how much I am minimizing my shipping, I can get that much profit, right? So what I'm doing to do, I just going to calculate things based on some what to say, based on some conditions. Okay, so let me just read out the condition. At the same while, I have to get my minimum shipping value. Okay, so to what are the condition? Each plant must produce at least 20 units. So make sure all plants produce 20 units at least. Okay, so the second condition is plant 1 has a maximum capacity of 92 units. So in the individual cell, the value should not exceed 92 for plant 1. Okay, the same way plant 2 not 45 units, plant 3 we should not exceed more than 55 units. Okay, that is the second condition. And the third condition is the plant production must be equal to the requirements of warehouse. So in the first quarter, the sum of these three should be 180. Second quarter it should be 80. It should match, it should not decrease the value or increase the value. Okay, so and the fourth one is the shipping cost, is obviously what I said before, right? So let me just tell you how to do this calculation without breaking our heads. I just want to sort out many permutations and combinations, right? Instead of that, in a single of clicks, in a couple of clicks, sorry, in a couple of clicks, I just get the entire combinations, right? Let me just show you how to do that. To do that, I just what I'm going to do, I just going to install an add-in. So how to install my add-in? Just I just navigate to File tab, have options here. I just go to option. There I can just find add-ins tab. In this add-ins tab, I just can find solver add-in. I have my add-in, but it didn't get what to say, it didn't get enabled. So to enable that, I just go to manage, go. I have my solver add-in. I just check it. Okay, it's just getting added in my data. Okay, so once this is done, I just can find my solver under data tab. Okay, so I just click on my solver. Let me just solve this thing. Click on the solver. Okay, so it's asking which is your objective. So this cell is my objective, shipping charge is my objective, and to make that it maximum or minimum, I just give minimum. Okay, so let me make it minimum. Okay, the next thing, you can by changing the variable data, right? So what is mean by that? What is the changing variable data? So here we are not supposed to change any of these value, we are not supposed to change any of these values, right? So I can just change these values. So I'm going to, sorry, escape. This is the value to be minimum. Here I can just change these values according to the requirements and conditions. Okay, so what is my first condition? Subject to the constraint, let me add some conditions. So what is my first condition? Each plant must produce at least 20 units. So the value in each cell of the cell must be at least, right? So greater than or equal to 20, right? So I'll add that condition. Next condition is plant 1 maximum capacity is 92 per quarter. So I just select these. I didn't plant 1 all quarters. It should not exceed. So it's less than or equal to 90, right? So I add again 92. Sorry, 92. I just add it again. I just add another function. Okay. I just make these value should be great, not maximum than 45. I add it again. Okay, and then another condition is these three should be not maximum of 55. Okay, I added first two conditions, right? I just says everything should be greater than 20, and then I just added individual things, right? So now the third condition, the planned production must be equal to the requirement of the warehouse. So we have a row here, like summing up these values. So if I sum these three values, it should be 180, not less than this, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, if I sum this value, I'll be just seeing 1. So actually I don't have any values here, so I got 1. So this values should be equal to these values, right? So I just add it again. So I have added 3, and then fourth one we just by default we have added, which is I'm just giving okay. So it's saying it's empty, so I will cancel. Okay, so I have three first condition here, then second condition here, and the third condition here, right? So if I just give solve, just solve button, my solver result came. I just can find, see, my total is 180. Here obviously I just didn't proceed anything by 92, not anything by 45, anything by 55, right? So I just get 180, 80, 190, 160. I get minimum shipping value of 866.54. Okay, so this is what, this is just an example I'm just showing you people, so that I'm just you can just use it on your own usage. So if you want to have set of data and set of conditions, you can use the solver actually, right? So guys, since it is a big thing and people want to learn, this is a very basic thing, so we have just started for an advanced level. So it is repeat one more time, so that you people who didn't get it properly, you can just recollect it. Okay, so what we have is I just have my three plants. Okay, so alphite is having, just consider, okay, don't think right. Okay, alphite is having some three plants. Okay, we are just manufacturing, consider we are printing some books. Okay, so plant one is at Mumbai. Okay, so let's plant one be at Mumbai, plant two let it be at Chennai, and plant three let it be at Hyderabad. Okay, so I want to send everything to my headquarters, which is present in Delhi. Okay, so what I'm doing going to get, I just quote my average shipping per unit. So if I want to send a book, I just want to spend $1.25 from Mumbai, from Chennai 1.84, from Hyderabad I want to send means it's $1.45, right? So I just want to minimize my total cost, right? This is the fourth condition we have. And the other condition is the plant in Chennai, every plant should produce at least 20 units per quarter. Okay, not less than 20. Okay, so at the other time I have in my plant one, that is I plant in Mumbai, should not produce more than 92. Its total capacity is 92. It can produce for a quarter, it can produce up to 92 books only. Okay, so in plant 2, which is at Chennai, it is very small plant, so that it can produce only 45. Don't give more load. In plant 3 it is 55. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to arrange, if I want at the same time, I just this want to be get filled. Okay, in first quarter 180, second quarter 80, third 190, fourth 160. I can just manually type 92 here, and then 55, 50, 45 here, and then rest here 55 something, not 55, some 45, 43. But I got the value 180, but I'm not sure it is a super saving combination to get my shipping cost too low. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to solve using Excel. So I have just have an add-in. Okay, so that I can just use that add-in and just get my entire work done. So let me show how to insert that add-in. Just navigate to file, in options you can just find add-ins. When I press that add-ins, I can just go manage my add-in. Just go to that, you can find solver add-in, just give okay. tick that and okay. Once you've done that, under your data tab you can just find solver. Yeah, so I'll just press the solver. Okay, so it has some predefined data. Reset all. Yeah, reset me. Okay, it has some predefined data. So what is the first thing? What is this set objective? So what is the set objective? My shipping cost should be very low. So I just select this. This value should be minimum. Okay, so this is the fourth condition, right? So press 3 condition. How I'm supposed to apply? So the next column, the next field, what it's asking for is by changing variable cell. I can't change the cell. This is a command. This I can also change. It is stable, right? So I can just change. I press this. I can change only the values, production values, right? So how I am supposed to change? What commands or what the instruction I am supposed to give to that values? So I have a set of 3 commands, right? So what is the first command? Each plant must produce at least 20 units. So I just added command each plant. So plant 1 all should be more than 20, plant 2 all should be more than 24, plant 3 all quarter should be more than 20. I select everything and I just give more than or equal to 20. I just add that. Second thing, I have different thing like plant 1 has maximum capacity of 92, so it can produce up to value of 92, not more than 92. So I'm just selecting this plant 1 entire quarter. I just give it should be less than, sorry, it should be less than or equal to 92. I just give add, and then plant 2 is less than or equal to 45. Add. Okay, plant 3 less than or equal to 55. I just gave my 2 commands. Okay, then I give add. Third command, the plant's production and the plant's warehouse should be equal, should be fulfilled. Okay, so the total of these should be equal to demand of the warehouse. So I just give okay. So I just give 4 conditions. When I give that condition, I just press the button solve. It's solved. So in first quarter I want to get 180 products. So 92 in first plant, 33 in second plant, 55 in third plant, right? So how it is done means this is the lowest, so it produce maximum amount here. Second lowest is this, so it produce maximum amount here. So this is the maximum out of it, so it produce less. Okay, so this is the solver result. Okay, so with this we'll end our level 2 program. So we just in level 1 we just saw about how to work on with basic Excel functions, summing up just how to work on with the Excel environment, everything, right? So second thing we just saw about how to do what basic numbers, text, eliminating the sheets and then protecting the sheets and just calculating some values, and we just saw with the basics of auditing, everything, right? In the level 3 we'll be just working on entirely with auditing processes. Okay, so hope you guys are done with level 2. You'll be having your final assessment on level 2 within a couple of days. Okay, so thank you guys and all the best. We'll just meet in on level 3, right? Thank you guys. So if you have any doubts, post your queries in that for forum which we have allocated for you. You just post it here. I can't find any people, so it is also a part of assessment for us. Okay, so you just work on with forums, everything, right? So we'll be starting our next session level 3 as soon as possible. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you, bye bye, have a great day ahead.